I recently came across a wedding trend article from Pinterest, which was highlighting maximum romance and individuality. As a bridal accessory maker, I skipped right to the accessory section, where I discovered that searches for forehead tiaras are growing. I absolutely love making them, so seeing them trend got me really excited to make a new piece. Today, I'm going to share my entire process so you can see exactly what goes into creating them. I started by going through my materials and found a pretty fabric ribbon with leaves and delicate little acrylic white flowers. I thought combining these with some gold metal leaves for some contrast would create an incredibly romantic headpiece perfect for a fairycore or woodland wedding. Here's all the materials I used to make this crown. The first step in the process was to cover the V-shaped headband with ribbon. This was not only to decorate the crown with loads of leaves, but also to give the other decorations I wanted to add to it something to grip onto, because the base is very smooth. I took the end of the ribbon and tied it into a knot around the base, right next to the loop. It was slipping around, so I used B7000 glue to adhere it in place. Then I wrapped the end of it around the base, cutting off the leaves, so that only the center of the ribbon was left. I added some more glue to ensure it was staying in place. Then I just left it to dry for 10 minutes before continuing. I wrapped the leaf ribbon around the base, making sure it was on tightly. Every now and again I would stop and add some more glue to it to make sure it was fully secured to the headband. I kept doing this all the way to the other end of the base. When I reached the end, all I needed to do was cut the ribbon off the spool and form another knot at the end. I removed some of the leaves off the end of the ribbon and added a dollop of glue to adhere it in place. I then wrapped it around a few times. And that's the ribbon all nice and secured. I think it makes a fantastic base for flowers and metal leaves by adding some fullness to the crown. After a quick coffee break, I moved on to making some vines for the sides of the headpiece. I made the first one off camera to test out that my plan for it would work. So, this is how you can make a hair vine with flower bead caps and metal leaf charms. I started by cutting 150 centimeters of 24 gauge wire. Then I measured 35 centimeters of one end and bent the wire there to mark it. First thing I added was one of these gold leaf charms. They have a loop at the base of them, which makes them easy to attach to a wire. I put the wire through it and slid the leaf to where I just bent it. Then I took the end of the longer piece of wire and put it through the hole again. I continued by wrapping it around the base of the leaf a couple of times before putting it through from the back of the loop to the front. Be careful when pulling such a long piece of wire. It's really easy to get kinks in it, so just stop to straighten it every now and again before continuing to pull it through. Here's how I secured the little white flowers to the vine. I added a flower and a stem bead cap, followed by a 4mm pearl to the wire, and then slit them down. To make sure the flower was secured, I put the wire back through the stem and the flower bead cap, and the leaf, but not the pearl bead. I kept pulling the wire through, holding the pearl at the base of the flower, making sure it was as close to the leaf as possible. I wrapped the wire around the base of the leaf charm once, and then around the base of the flower about 7 or 8 times. This ensures the flower is firmly in place and doesn't wobble around. And that's the first decoration in place. I brought the wires together and started turning the flower and leaf charms around, forming about 2 centimeters of twisted wire. I took another one of the gold leaf charms and threaded onto the wire. I positioned it slightly to the left side. I added a flower focal point to it the same way as I did the first one. Once again, I made sure to wrap the wire around the base of the leaf charm and the flower to secure them to the vine. I continued this pattern, alternating the sides I positioned the leaf charm on, and forming about 2 centimeters of twisted wire between each decoration. In total, I needed to make 8 flower decorations to match with the other vine I had made. I made sure to make the second vine a mirrored version, so that the vines would look symmetrical when placed on each side of the crown. Here's a little tip when you're making a crown like this and want to make sure the sides match. I like to stop regularly when making the second one and place the 2 vines next to each other to make sure one of them isn't getting longer or shorter than the other one. I finished each vine with about 1 centimeter of twisted wire. I was really happy how they turned out. For anyone who's interested in the little details, they ended up being about 17.5 centimeters long. I placed the vines on the headband base to see which way around I wanted the gold leaves to be pointing at. I decided that I liked them to be facing upwards at the very front. Then I took the first vine and separated the wires. I positioned it on the V-shaped base, with the end of the vine at the very center of the V. I wrapped each wire around the base several times before using my side cutters to cut off the excess and pressing the ends down with my chain nose pliers to ensure they weren't poking out. I continued by repeating the same process with the other vine. I wanted to add another flower to the tip of the V shape and to add a tiny bit of sparkle with a crystal drop. To add the flower with the drop, and to have enough wire to attach the vines to the sides of the crown, I cut another 1.5 meters of wire. Next, I brought the wire ends together and bent the wire in half to find the middle. I added the crystal drop on it and slid it down where I had just bent it. To secure it in place, I put one of the ends through the loop 4 times. I brought the wires together and formed about 0.5 centimeter of twisted wire. Then I added a flower and stem bead cap, followed by a 4mm pearl bead. Just like when I affixed the other flowers, I wrapped one of the wires around the base about 8 times to make sure it wouldn't move around loads. Then, the final step in the crown making was to position the center decoration on the crown and to use the long wire ends to attach each of the vines securely to the base. Thanks to the ribbon I added, the wires had something to grip onto on the smooth surface. I did find it tricky to make sure that I wasn't sandwiching the fabric leaves between the wire and the base as I was going along it. But like they say, no pain, no gain. Once I had reached the loop, I cut off the excess wire and pressed it down. And then all I needed to do was repeat the same process on the other side of the headpiece. And there you have it. This is how the finished crown looks like. I'm so pleased how it turned out. It looks pretty much exactly how I hoped it would. I'm curious, are you a fan of forehead crowns or do you prefer headbands? Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.